going to get started on some knee rehabilitation and or strengthening of the knee area. What we're going to do is we're going to take a light band and hook it to a pipe. We're going to take a second light band and hook it to a pipe. The pipe is approximately 6 inches off the ground. We're going to take two bands and place it above and below the knee. And you can see she's just stepping through the band. And one of them is going to go just above the knee on the thigh, and the second one is going to go just below the knee on the tibia. Typically we have a person hold on to a chair for balance, and you can see she's going into flexion, and that's creating resistance and really activating the quadriceps and hamstring muscle. This is real good for knee sprains, trying to regain strength. Now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing using one band just in the posterior aspect of the knee, and we're going to add the resistance going into extension, and then there will be a stretch going into flexion, again holding on to the chair for balance. And this is a real nice exercise to get knee strength back after an injury. Okay, we're going to take a mini band and attach it to a pole or a pipe at the 6-foot level, and just kind of do a nice step or a high knee, and this is going to activate hamstring and glute, and this is real nice to increase range of motion of the knee joint also. Now you can use a door and hold on to the door handle to get the same effect. Now we're going to do some resisted walking with 3 average bands tied together. We like to start going backwards first so you don't lose your balance, and then go forward. You're going to walk a few feet and go back to where the tension starts. This really activates the quad and hamstring muscles. Okay, now we're going to take 2 light bands, but we're going to loop a second band at the end of the first band. And that way, if you have a lot of knee pain or don't need as much resistance, this is going to facilitate less pull. You can see how she pulled the band up over itself to create a loop, and that way you're going to have 2 pieces now, and one's going to go above and below the knee. And this time we have the bands hooked up high at a 4-foot pipe, and she's holding onto the chair. She's going into a lunge position with the resistance leg in front, and you go to pain or as far as you can without causing discomfort. And you can see how she lifts her toe up off the ground, and now she puts the knee equal with the other leg and just lifts the toe up. So there's really 3 positions we're going to do this exercise in: a forward lunge, parallel, and a backwards lunge. And you can see as she goes into her flexion, that creates tension, and then the pull will bring you back into extension with resistance. And Jessica's knees will go into hyperextension pretty easily, so that's why it looks a little strange here. But this feels really good. You should try this. And it's a great exercise to regain strength either post-surgically or with a knee sprain. We're going to do the same thing, but reverse the body so that now most of the tension will be going into extension, or the resistance will be going into extension of the knee. Again, we use the chair for balance, and you can step back as far as you want depending upon how much tension you would like on the band. So the closer you are to the pipe, the less tension you'll have. Again, she's going to put the leg back first into the semi-lunge position, and repetitions vary on each person, but we like to try to get anywhere from 6 to 10 repetitions if possible. And she's going to stand with both legs, again, even with each other, and just kind of lift the toe up. And most of it is experimenting with each person and seeing what feels good and what seems to work it better. It activates the hamstring extremely well. And of course the knee is a hinge joint, so we only need to work it in flexion and extension. Now she's taking a little forward lunge position and adding as much tension by stepping back as she needs. And of course, we don't want anyone falling over. It's a pretty simple exercise, but highly effective in creating a nice tension across the knee joint. Now we can do the same thing at any angle, so we can attach the bands to the 6-inch pipe to create a different pull or a different angle on the knee. If this may be more comfortable for the person than the one fixed at the 4-foot pole. And of course you loop the band over on itself, creating a loop, and that way you can put your leg down through and begin. So this will be the same exact thing, except the bands now are attached to a lower fixed object. And of course we have some pipes that make it real easy. And there you go. Same thing at a lower angle, creating a different effect. Okay, another option is taking a mini band and looping it across the knee, above and below, stepping on it with the opposite foot. You can see your leg is across the chair, and you're just going to go into flexion, and it'll pull you back into extension. You won't get as much range of motion here, but the tension is very, very good. Another effective exercise for the knee to build strength.